Phone Booth Productions.
Here's the thing.
Well, I get up around 7, get out of bed around 9. I don't worry about nothing, no, because worry's a waste of my time. Show usually starts around 7, we go on stage around 9. Get on the bus about 11, sipping a drink and feeling fine. Hello.
Welcome to the Here's the Thing podcast. I'm your boy Snoop Von Poop, and I am super excited to talk to my guest today. A few years ago, I discovered what's known as First Amendment auditing, and these people that are exposing corrupt government officials. And although this guy is not necessarily a First Amendment auditor, I found him in that feed. And I'm super excited to talk to him. You may know him as Direct D or Christopher Ruff, but please welcome Direct D, Christopher Ruff. Man, how you doing?
What up? I'm tired. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. What's going on with you, man?
Raising chickens and goats right now.
Well, that's cool though. I mean, shit, raising some chickens, get you some eggs, and where. So now, I wanna introduce you to people because I feel like not enough people know about who Direct D is and what he does. And although you have a massive social media following, um, what you're doing is super important, man. And a lot of people will, knock it and say that you instigate cops or, this and that. But I think more importantly, what you're doing is exposing corruption, man. You know, I think that there needs to be a lot of people that should be doing this, like I mentioned, First Amendment auditing, which I know it's not what you do, but that's how I discovered you. And like, people don't realize how they're getting fucked by officials. Every time you even just try to interact with them or even try to handle, any kind of business with them, they will steer you in a different direction, and they don't serve, which is part of their role is to serve. You know.
Right.
But I want to know, about you, man. Like, you're an Arizona boy, yeah?
Yeah. I live in northern Arizona. Where are we live at so I can share this?
Oh, I'm not live right now. I'm just recording, and I'm gonna release it probably Tuesday or Thursday.
Okay, I got you.
But I would be honored if you shared it. When I do it live on Tuesday or Thursday next week, man, I would love it if you shared it. But so tell me a little bit more about you, man. Like, how did you get into this? You're from Arizona. I'm from Arizona as well, hence the Valley hat. But how did you get into this stuff?
Shit. I had an experience in Cottonwood that pissed me off enough to stop running a business and start recording the cops.
Was that the video that I seen? I seen a video of you in Cottonwood where you were like visiting a friend or something. Is that the right one?
No, I was at my old lady's.
Okay. And then you've had some run-ins with the law. I know you're pretty open about that stuff. So I hope I'm not like saying anything that is gonna expose anything. But you're pretty open about it.
Yeah, I've been arrested a lot.
Yeah. And dude, like, you're taking on the whole Mesa Police Department. I know is like, your go-to there.
Mesa was a starting point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't fuck with Mesa.
Yeah.
I haven't even been in Maricopa County in 2 years.
Yeah. Is it just because of like are they just giving you a lot of shit since you've been starting to put out videos and
'Cause I've got warrants.
Oh yeah, well that makes sense. But so but what really drove you to expose these people? Because what you do takes a lot of balls, man.
Not really, dude. I did a lot of time in prison, so I'm used to talking like to cops like that. I'm used to dealing with the government on an hourly basis. I mean, it's weird for other people watching it. For me, it's like I was chasing around the COs and then fucking punking them out, but I wasn't wearing a carrot suit anymore.
Well, it's like I was showing my buddy a video of yours last night, and I was telling him, I'm like, hey, I'm going to talk to this guy tomorrow, and he had never, seen your stuff because he's not into that type of stuff. But he was blown away just by how intelligent you are, man. Like you just know the laws and what to say to people, and it's so important, for people to know their rights, man, and how to talk to these corrupt motherfuckers that want to pin you down,
Yeah. That's just studying. studying. Check out the police department's patrol guide, their policy handbook, and then it's not rocket science. It's, you know what I mean? Maybe 100 rules, which is not hard to memorize.
Right. What what are you doing now that you're on the run, I guess, as with the warrants and whatnot, but like what I mean, you're still putting out some videos exposing the corruption. What's going on with that?
As far as what do you mean?
Well, I know you were exposing some people in Mesa, but like I guess what are you doing? Like, because you're not posting as many videos where you're out, catching these cops, on the go. Now you're kind of exposing the corruption within the departments.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm just putting out educational content right now. I'm not really exposing anything.
Well, but I mean, at the same time, it's exposing and educating, Like, I think it's important because not enough people are educated on their rights. That's the most important thing, is that you're exposing the rights that are being violated.
Not really.
Well, I mean, what do you think? I mean,
I'm disillusioned with all this shit, man. I'm not a cop watcher. I'm not a First Amendment auditor. I don't get along with none of those fucking people. I don't think that I'm accomplishing anything. If anything, I've made shit worse. There's no more radio traffic in Mesa and Phoenix because of us. There's way more signs up to say you can't record. Anybody that I might be making other people become aware that they don't have to do certain things, but at the end of the day, I'm beating my head against the fucking wall. Nothing is being accomplished. I mean, you follow the shit on X I know you follow it. I see you commenting on shit all the time. It's getting worse. Nothing's getting better. Nothing that we're doing is helping.
I wouldn't necessarily say that it's getting worse, but I mean,
worse.
We
literally have federal agents running around right now, snatching human beings up and just shipping them out of America. No due process, no constitution. Fuck all of it. And everybody's cheering it on like it's some good shit, but that's the first step to totalitarianism, to social, you know what I mean? To fascism,
Totally.
to fucking communism. And we're like, everybody's just cheering it. Like, dude, I don't see any point. I don't see any fucking point. I'm putting out stories recently to educate people on like the use of force or on certain situations that have happened. But as far as like telling people about their rights, I don't even care about doing that anymore. Most people don't care about their fucking rights or other people's rights. The moment that they see somebody that they deem as an enemy, then they don't have any rights anymore. I don't care that you're using free speech. I don't care that you have a right to be here. I'm going to shut you up and make you leave. You know what I mean? It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. Everybody says they're about rights until somebody says something that they don't like.
Like, I totally understand what you're saying. Like, when you say that it's making it worse, though, because like you were saying, they're putting more signs up and whatnot. But those signs aren't backed by any kind of laws. They're just fear mongering when they do that shit.
Doesn't matter. If you get arrested, you're gonna get found guilty of it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's not lawful. That's the thing, dude. Is I've done the street thing. I've been to thousands of traffic stops, and then I spent years going to court. And now I work as a paralegal with a lawyer. And I'm telling you right now, the whole system from the street level up to the judge, it's fucked.
Yeah.
It's fucked. It doesn't matter if there's no law backing up some sign. If they printed it out and they put it there, you can be charged with it.
Oh man. So like, do you think that there's a chance it can get better? Like, I hope that you haven't given up on shit, you know?
Giving up? No. My focuses have changed. I'm not so much worried about the journalism.
Just from, uh did you go to school or just doing, internet research? And not that I'm not discrediting internet research by any means. Please don't think that. Because
No,
I'm only educated by the internet too. So but
no schooling, just a lot of studying.
yeah. But I mean, it takes a lot to know all the laws that you do. Like you said, 100. I mean, you really think that's it? 100?
100 what?
You said just knowing about 100 laws or so, I think is what you said to kind of help you do the things that you do.
No, the policies. That was about cop policies. Knowing their policies is easy.
Gotcha.
Not everything pertains to you have to be able to filter out the information that you don't need.
Right. And they throw a lot of it at you. Man, I remember when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, man, this dude knows what's up. And I knew that you were from Arizona, and I think I maybe hit you up one time. I was like, man, I just want to smoke a joint with this dude and fucking pick his brain, man. Like, because I'm so fascinated. Like, I even got to the point where I started my own audit company, but I didn't do anything with it. Maybe I will at some point. I still have everything set up, but I just kind of got on a different path. Are you, so you're not doing any kind of like cop watching or anything like that anymore then, huh?
No.
Because I thought I seen you were doing stuff with Denver Metro for a little bit.
Yeah, I went out there to hang out with them. We only recorded a few things, but
yeah, he's another good one too. I'd love to talk to him sometime. But I just, like I was saying, I think it's really important what all of you guys do, because our government officials treat the people like shit, man. And they try to steer you down ways that so they don't have to do their job. They try to tell you, go online for this, do this. No, you're fucking here to serve me, but what you do is a little bit different, with the cops and whatnot. But what's going on with the Mesa stuff? Like, I know you're exposing a couple of sheriffs out there, or
no sheriffs.
They're just Mesa police. Is that?
Yeah, just the Mesa Police Department. I don't have a problem with any of the sheriff in Arizona. The sheriff aren't a problem. The sheriff are constitutionally elected. It's municipal police officers and the chiefs that are a problem. Their only oversight is city council, and that could be limited to one or two depending upon the city's charter structure. So nobody can do anything to the police and the police chief of municipalities. If that says police and not sheriff, they run by a whole different set of rules. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They're a personal a personal armed force for the municipality. If they're not constitutional, they're not sheriffs,
Right. What do you think, like, we can do as people to correct these problems that we have,
abolish the police and spend more money on developing the sheriff's departments, because they're constitutionally elected by the people. They have actual constituents that can vote them out, can recall them, can put them in the hot seat, where you can't do that with other police departments.
And I agree with that, because I don't think that I guess a police force probably is necessary for something, but the police aren't there for you when you would necessarily need them. They come in after the fact. But what can you tell people what the difference is between a police and like a sheriff? Like, let's say you had to call the sheriff if you're having a problem. What's the difference? I mean, it's just kind of the same thing, no?
Yeah, it's the same shit. It's just holding them accountable is different. I mean, it's different. It's difficult holding sheriffs accountable too, but if you eliminate, dude, I think lawsuits, use of force complaints, all kinds of shit would go down if we got rid of municipal police and we put a lot more responsibility on elected sheriffs to keep things cool. Because if the people aren't fucking happy, they can get rid of them immediately. You can't do that with chiefs of police. You could have a bad chief of police that could be in there for 10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah, well, it's that blue line gang. They're just protecting one another.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to explain this to my roommate. She has a brother who's a police officer up in Washington, and she wanted to fly the flag outside our house. The blue line flag, and I'm like, dude, you can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is bad news, because I know the reason, like she doesn't understand it, she wants to fly it because she thinks she's supporting police and doing a good thing. But what's really happening is she's supporting a gang that hates the people. Like they're going to trample over your rights just to protect their, fellow coworker.
Yeah, they absolutely will.
And
I've seen it happen.
It's just wild, and dude, it's been so awesome watching videos like yours, just learning about qualified immunity and shit like that people have no idea what the fuck that even means. Qualified immunity, for anybody listening, is that's what protect it's money that the police officers get, right? Like you can't sue them if they break the law or whatever. You can't sue them because of qualified immunity, but if they knowingly violate your rights, you can go after the qualified immunity. Am I saying that right?
Kind of. So qualified immunity is a legal doctrine that was introduced by the courts. It never went through legislation. And it was enacted in good faith to protect police officers from frivolous lawsuits that might arise from exercising, their authority and everyday duties. And what qualified immunity does is it says that if something wasn't well established at the time that it happened, that the police officer is not going to be liable for it. So every time that a case law or some kind of precedent happens in court that you hear about, whenever somebody quotes a case, that's an incident that is now well established that if it happens again, they can't use the cop's not going to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's say you get arrested for telling a cop, fuck you. You go to court and they say, oh, you had a First Amendment right. You were right. Snoop Von Poop v. Arizona. That's case law says you can tell a cop to go fuck himself. And then, but the first time you establish that, they're going to give the cop qualified immunity, but they're going to say that it was wrong because it wasn't well established at the time, but they'll establish it. So the next time it happens, the cop is completely liable. He will not be granted qualified immunity, and he could potentially get in like serious legal trouble too, like criminal charges more than just a lawsuit.
And you know what? They should when they fuck up. That's it's a good argument that they should be required to carry some kind of insurance, almost like doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an argument that's going around, but
well, I mean, what do you think about it?
I mean, I don't think that anything's going to happen with qualified immunity because it's a slow erosion. They're doing that to us when it comes to our rights. But if we got rid of qualified immunity, that would be a slow erosion of their authority. It would be a reverse role of what's happening, and they'll never allow that on a federal level. I don't think that they will.
Yeah. Federal and state are two different animals, huh?
It was just snapped into thin air by the courts. It was never voted on. It never went through legislation. It never went through the people. You know what I mean? The process that America was founded on. The courts just snapped their fingers and said, cops have qualified immunity now.
I think I kind of get where they were trying to go with it, but it's just not really something that they can do, because the cop has to be responsible. You can't just give them free reign to do whatever the fuck they want.
They do.
Yeah, they do. They do. And the problem is that most people aren't aware of their rights and how to combat it, which goes back to why what you guys are doing is so important, exposing these criminals. I was watching that video last night of where we were out there with what is it? Is it Tempe River Watch? Is that his name? I forget. Another Arizona auditor, and you guys were out there with the flashlight. You guys had that really powerful flashlight, when they pulled you over and whatnot. And dude, you were just so on point with everything you're telling these officers. And what's funny is like they never even asked you for your ID before you had handed it to them. I was laughing at that part.
Yeah. I just like playing games with them while I'm doing that shit. They're not, most of the time, cops are not prepared to deal with somebody that's going to challenge them.
Right.
Everybody they deal with is compliant. That's why you see the reactions that you see on my channel, is because I am not compliant when I talk to the cops.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It takes the balls to talk to them like that. Most people are too scared, Even I am a little bit. I mean, I at least will talk enough where I know a little bit about my rights, but man, what you guys do is on another level, man. And I wish I, had the balls to do it. Like, it's impressive.
Once you get over the fear, it's like jumping on something, riding a bike, that fear of the initial plunge of doing something, and it never really goes away. Every time I walk up to cops, I'm fucking nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do, dude. They might shoot me or something.
Yeah. They have guns. They could absolutely, do that at some point. But I mean, what's in your future, man? Like, what you said you're gonna maybe run for sheriff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What makes you want to do that after everything that you've been through with your legal history and exposing these cops? What makes you want to do that?
Just to prove a point.
And the point being that
Anything is possible. I spent 7 years in prison. Wouldn't that be some shit if a felon, like a real felon, not just some Joe Arpaio felony or Trump felony kind of shit, but a real, like armed robbery, I was in prison with killers and shit for fucking years, and then get elected as sheriff? Bro, that is some other shit. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I was just trying to think off the top of my head. I can't think of anyone either, but I mean, I hope you can do it, man. You got my support, because I don't care. I don't personally care about your past and what you were locked up for and what you did. That makes no difference to me. But I think what you're doing makes a difference.
Yeah, I think my past would give me an edge to being a legislator or even a sheriff that none of these other people that are legislators or sheriff have right now. They've never been in the position that I've been in. They've never been homeless. I've been homeless. They've never lived out of their fucking cars. They've never been to prison. You know what I'm saying? They've never been to crack houses. They've never hung out with tweakers, like,
Yeah.
I have life experiences that they'll never have. While having the same that they have. You know what I mean? Like, I've had money. My parents had money. You know what I mean? I've experienced that kind of life too.
That's a very good point, is that these people come into office and they have no idea about the things they're legislating.
No, they don't. How it affects mom and dad that make, that that have $500 to $300 left over to spend with, 4 or 5 kids.
Yeah. Yeah, if they're lucky enough to have that. I mean, these days, Jesus Christ, it's out of control.
Excuse me.
But so what? Let me try to think here. You growing up in Arizona, where you said you were West Side Phoenix? Is that where you grew up?
Yeah, I went to Whittier Elementary. I went to.
Well, you don't have to dox yourself, man.
I don't give a fuck. Everything about me is on the internet, even my property location.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I went to a couple Phoenix elementary schools, Mesa public schools, and then I moved down to like Casa Grande, Eloy area, and I went to Eloy Junior High and
so you've been all over the valley.
I lived all over Arizona. Yeah, Picacho Elementary, and then did like high school years in the West Valley, in Millennium High School and Desert Edge.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just moved back to the valley in 2016, but I lived here for 10 years before that. I moved to Las Vegas for 20 years and kind of got involved in the music industry and grew up there. And then I came back here to be closer to the family and help take care of them. And now I'm just trying to figure out what to do, man. Like, I don't know if I want to stay in Arizona. It's getting wild. The politics and stuff that they want to bring around here. But
Yeah,
it's like,
they want rainbow flags and fucking cat litter boxes in our kids' schools and shit. And
yeah, right.
no, I have 3 boys. None of them are in public schools for exactly this fucking reason. I would never trust somebody to influence my child for 8 hours during the day. Like, bro, that's a fuck. You're not even raising your kids at that point. I don't know if you've seen my post about that, but there was a clip from a Sean Ryan post that I posted where this dude's like, think about it. You send your kids to school for 8 to 10 hours a day, and then sometimes they do after school shit like sports and other kind of stuff, and they're only at home to eat and sleep for years on end. You're not raising your children. Whoever they're around is raising them. That's the school, other parents, and their friends. Fuck that, dude.
Well, that it's all by fucking design too, man. It was never supposed to be like this. The government is not supposed to raise your children,
No.
and I'm not against women having the right to vote, but that whole movement back in the early 1900s was about destroying the family unit, and you get into things like even in the 80s when you had all the gangster rap music coming out and the crack epidemic in the hoods, and the whole gay movement came about. It's all about destroying the family unit. They don't want anybody to have control of anything. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
But we'll wrap this up here in a minute. But I want to know, your final thoughts. Like, what for the future, man? Besides running for sheriff, like what does Direct D, have on his plate? Like, what can we look forward to?
I don't even know, man. I don't know. We'll see if I get arrested when I try to take care of my warrants. I've got some lawyers that I'm working with trying to get some stuff going. Just a bunch of random shit. I have a business partner in Kentucky that's the elected jailer that we're trying to start selling coffee and other type merchandise.
Direct decaffeinated? Like what? That's a good name. You can have it. But
coffee, though, I want to get into coffee.
Well, I mean, dude, I encourage you to do whatever you want to do, man, because you're so good at what you were doing, man. And like I said, like that's what really got me interested in wanting to talk to you is just the no fear approach that you have to deal with these officers and just how you handle things is pretty impressive, man.
Well, there's no fear to be had, bro. I've been around serial killers. You know what I'm saying? I've been locked in the cell with fucking murderers, dude. Like my cellie was a killer, bro. These cops don't fear. They don't phase me, and that might not be a good. I'm not saying that as like a brag. That's unhealthy to some people. Like,
yeah, but it's real. It's real. At the end of the day, it's fucking real.
I'm desensitized to cops. They don't bother me. They're just some dude that's got some uniform on. I've ever since I did all my prison time, it's completely changed my outlook on fucking everything. Everything.
Well, what was your outlook before?
I mean, I was an introvert. I wouldn't talk to crowds. There's no way I would have been on the internet. It's like putting myself out there like that. No. I was a weirdo before, and I was more violent. I was more prone to just act on emotion, like anger. You know what I mean? Just mostly anger. And I learned to control that shit in prison. I learned discipline. I learned fucking real respect. You don't learn respect on the street. Dads rarely teach their kids actual respect. I learned actual respect. The consequences of not being respectful is violence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what I mean? And just different principles and an ethos. I developed an ethos in prison that I still abide by today. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of these other First Amendment auditors and shit, dude. It's because a lot of them are woman beaters, a lot of them are sex offenders, a lot of them are fucking
The auditors.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, wow.
A lot of them are not good people. They're grifters. They're fucking scammers, dude. No, I don't want to associate with those kind of people. And that's another prison thing, dude. You don't fuck with rats, sex offenders, pieces of shit. You know what I mean? You got to keep your house clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the activist movement, yeah, dude, there's some actual pieces of shit that are not worth a fuck that are trying to pretend like they're about people's freedoms, and it's annoying.
Yeah. It's and you know what kind of sucks is I feel like everybody at the end of the day is fighting for the same thing, you know. But there's a lot of probably jealousy involved, I imagine.
No, it's not the same thing. There's a lot of people that don't care. They will literally get on the internet and read lines that somebody else wrote for them for money. Or they'll, make up some shit like with the First Amendment genre. Oh, yeah, you're violating my rights. You repeating the shit that you've heard because YouTube pays.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people just want clicks.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, they do.
So speaking of clicks, I mean, how did you amass your following, dude? Like how did that take shape? I mean, because you got a pretty good social media following.
Grind,
yeah. Yeah, it is a grind too, man. Like I'm trying to grind myself to build myself right now, and it's only recently that I've really felt like it's actually going somewhere, man. But for the last couple of years, it's been a fucking grind, man.
I mean, YouTube is where it's at. If you want to get paid on social media,
I keep getting thrown off of YouTube, man. Every episode I put up,
because you're talking about fucking crazy shit.
Yeah,
you can't do that. You on X, you can get away with it.
Well,
but
dude,
you're not going to get paid here.
One episode we did just a couple weeks ago on YouTube got flagged because we showed the 2009 MTV Music Awards, like a clip from it.
That's copyright.
We didn't play any music or anything. And we just showed, but there's a million videos of the clip that we showed. You know what I mean? But it's just like fucked up. It got banned in every country. But it's a growing process for me.
Yeah, YouTube is it's a game. It's a game. As long as you play within the rules. YouTube's not talking about X, but out of all the platforms where you can get attention, views, and get your message out and make money at the same time, is YouTube. And you just have to know their terms of service.
Yeah.
It's easy. I mean, for me, it's easy, dude. I don't even fucking go and record anything anymore. I mean, I sit here and record on my camera, but
yeah. Well, you're not really, you don't play music and stuff. So I've been flagged a couple times for music and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have to cut it out when I get flagged. Yeah.
But man, I sure appreciate you taking the time out of your day today. I know you're tired as fuck, and you probably want to wrap it up. But I just sure appreciate taking the time to talk to me, man, because I'm so, like I said, intrigued by what you guys do, man. Like I just want to know more about it, and I'm so interested, man, because it's so important to like just exposing these corrupt officials and these politicians and these police officers and everybody that works for us. You know what I mean? They work for us.
You're in supplies?
Well, if you want to dox me, sure.
You can cut this out.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm in West Arizona. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You've been seeing me troll your mayor and shit, vice mayor.
Yeah, Jack Hastings. Yep.
That kid's an idiot, dude.
Yeah, I didn't even know that he was posting, and then I saw your post the other day going off on him, and yeah,
he's trying to get my attention. He's thirsty,
dude. Go get him, man. This town needs some love and some help. But everyone go follow Direct D on every platform. You got anything you want to plug? I know you're on YouTube, you're on Twitter, you're on Are you on TikToks? I don't TikTok, so I don't know. But
All anybody needs to do is just Google Christopher Ruff, and you'll find me.
yeah, he's everywhere, man. Dude, thank you so much today to talk to me, Chris. Man, I really appreciate it, and I hope you continue doing what you're doing, man. Because, like I said again, it's so important, man. Just get the message out there, expose these corrupt fucks, you know. Because if we don't do nothing, then they win, you know.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, but.
Sure.
But man, I'll do anything I can to support you, man, and you just keep doing it. But thanks for taking the time to talk to me today, Chris.
For sure, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, laters.
Later.